So Inyas, I have a question for you.
Oh.
So I was watching Stranger Things like last week, and it dawned on me. I had a little idea, a little thought going into in my head. So I was thinking like, what if we were pets? You know?
So like someone owned us,
Yeah.
kept us alive.
So what if there was a cosmic being far greater than us was keeping us alive and keeping us in this illusion of a good
Life.
a good life. Yeah.
I don't know if I would like that.
Would you not like it?
I don't know.
What if
I
everything
imagine myself being a pet, would I like that?
what if
Depends,
everything was
man.
cared what was taken care of for you?
I think I wouldn't mind
You wouldn't mind?
if you're born that way.
Yeah.
Like you're born and you already know that a big hand feeds you. Everything is going to be okay. I don't think you would mind having that.
I don't know, man. See,
I think I would be like, I don't think I would see it as my master, but I would think I would be like a cat man.
you be like Catman.
No, I would be like
I
would be like cat.
Catman.
Yeah, I would be cat man. I would just sleep once in a while, bar for hairball. No,
Yeah,
it's like I wouldn't be the dog type of pet. Like, oh, where's my master? He's gone. Oh, give me food. Oh, shake my tail.
Okay, so you wouldn't be
I would be more like.
you wouldn't be overly attached, but no, I'm
I would be more
thinking,
like cats.
I'm more thinking about the relationship between humans and their pets, or more specifically, having control over another living thing, a living organism.
I think
Because you're only
I think it would be natural for us as human that we don't like it because we are a bit too evolved.
yeah we're smart enough, right?
Yeah, we're a bit too evolved to be kept in cattle.
Yeah, but here's the thing, I was watching Stranger Things, and it has a lot of Lovecraftian horror in it.
Yeah.
It has a lot of those tentacle monsters and the Demogorgon, those weird plant-faced things, and those are all creatures that are beyond our dimensions, but also beyond our comprehension of power.
Yeah.
I mean, to us, they think of us as insects, as pets, basically. And the way you explain pets is more of a mundane idea. Like, yeah, sure, I can run around, I can be happy. That's assuming that the master is a good person.
Yeah, well,
Because-
but you said everything would be taken care of. So
Yeah, everything would be
just
taken
took
care
that,
of.
That road, because like, what if you have a master that just keeps kicking you, does all the awful
Yeah.
stuff to you like that?
But pets also experience a lot of awful stuff.
That's true.
Like
Not my pets, though.
when your cat jumps on table, you smack it, get off the
No,
table.
No, I don't smack it.
Well,
You can't
It's-
say
it's very-
You
it's very-
cannot say I heard it because I just do like
no, but it's very subjective. That's what that's my point. Okay, you might think slapping it is not bad.
Yeah, but the way you said it, it's like I'm hurting it. I'm just.
well, you're
it's
not
like-
you're not petting
It's
it.
like when a kid is touching something, and you say stop touching that. You take the hand, and you just do like. And that's it.
So you don't give it a roundhouse kick.
You don't kick. You're going to be far. So when you're a kid, as an asshole, like you sometimes are,
Mm-hmm.
don't give it a fucking kick to the face.
No, to the legs, so it drops.
Yeah.
No, but
Just wait a couple years.
what I'm trying to say is, like, if you have pets, sometimes you have to do bad things to them for their own good.
Yeah,
Like
so
taking them
wrong.
to the vet, getting their balls cut off, putting foreign objects into their asses.
My cat still thinks he has his balls.
Oh, yeah, that's what he hopes.
No, you can see it. He still thinks he has his ball because he's a male cat.
He still licks him.
No, once in a while he lifts his tail and he's like spreading
Oh, yeah.
territory and stuff, but nothing will ever come up because we got
Right.
his ball removed before that. But
Yeah,
he
it's
still
instinct.
he still tries to do it, and then I'm just laughing at him like, "What the fuck, dude? It's not,
Would
not
we
going to
still
happen.
would we still try be territorial if we were pets?
I think so. With the mind and the evolution we have now, we would. But if everyone started as a pet, I don't think anyone would be territorial.
Maybe.
Like every human is born. Some roam into the wild. They're like strays. Getting
weird.
Getting.
we're getting weird territory right now. But yeah, no.
But that was a question, not.
I guess. No,
we're having a little thought exercise here.
Yeah, but what I was going for was actually, stuff up the butt. But okay, you're going the more mundane way, I guess. That's cool. That's cool.
Why wouldn't bigger being
want to keep us as pets?
Yeah, not to anal probe us all the time.
I don't know. You anal probe animals all the time. I mean, us as humans, we do it all the time. Why wouldn't we do?
I'm sitting here looking at you with a face for the people listening, like, what the fuck are you saying? I'm not probing my fucking animals.
Look, I'm not talking about you personally. I'm talking about you generally.
Yeah.
But I mean, just the concept of having a pet is weird to me. Like,
well, you can also. There are people that play pet and like to be a pet.
That's different.
No, it's if you talk about taking it up the butt, it's almost the same.
There's people who wear diapers and shit in them for fun. I mean,
yeah, it's true too.
We're not gonna fetish shame. That's a whole nother topic. I'm talking about the relationship between you and a lesser being for the sake of argument, I know they're not lesser beings per se, but for the sake of argument, they are lesser beings.
I was just laughing because you were saying lesser being. I look at my cat, I'm like, he's one of us, and then he's acting derpy.
Like a retard, yeah.
Like a retard, and I'm like, yeah, lesser being it is. He's hunting his food.
Yeah, I guess, but...
No, he's really hunting it. He takes out one of the brokjes. He puts it on the floor, he hits it 2-3 times, then he jumps it, and then he eats it, and then he walks all proud like he's a fucking lion.
Wow.
Yeah.
Basically how we go to the supermarket, right?
Yeah.
Go in the supermarket, we start our stuff like, yeah, I'm the boss. Look at me taking stuff. Look at me taking my meat, throwing it in my basket. Ugh.
And not the cheap meat. I take the Italian expensive one.
The Italian charcuterie thinly sliced.
Yeah. Because I'm bad, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Tips Fedora.
God. You're going a way I cannot follow.
So pets.
Yeah, pets. You know what? Forget it. I'm not gonna make this argument with you anymore.
Well, why not? It was going in a good direction.
I just think that people should not have pets. We should not be looking at, from a moral perspective, I think it's immoral to keep pets. And you might argue, no, it's not immoral, but what you're basically doing is you're giving a wild animal Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, that's
you're keeping the pets for your own sake, which is fine, but you have to accept that it's immoral.
I never thought about something that it's something immoral, because I look at my cats and like Loki, the male one, when he was born, he lived as a stray with his mother, and like normally you should keep a kitten with his mother for like 12 weeks at least. And I think his mom died at 7 weeks. He got run over by a car. And he came over here. We fed him. We did everything we should do when you have a pet. And he's having a good life though. Otherwise he wouldn't be alive anymore.
Yeah, I guess.
So it is immoral because you do it for your own good. And for your own happiness, but that little dude is a happy motherfucker. Otherwise, it was a dead motherfucker.
Well, I mean, he's as happy as a girl in a basement, I mean, you'll keep it alive. You'll feed it. Sometimes you'll pet it roughly.
Nah, he's happy.
I know. I'm just being the devil's advocate, but still, let's see. I still think that animals are a commodity.
I do think that people need to take a test before they have pets.
I guess
get a mental check or something, because some people, what the fuck, man.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's just not in my nature to have pets, I guess. I mean, we have goldfish at home, but they're all ugly.
You only had that was what I'm going to say. You only had fish in the restaurant.
I still have pets. You know, I have beef. I have veal. Pork chops.
You got chicken.
They're great pets. You know, you could throw them.
Chicken breast.
Oh yeah, chicken breasts. They're delicious pets.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the It's All Set podcast. I'm your host Inyas. He's your host Shing.
Yeah. Pets.
So, how are
delicious
you doing, buddy?
Pets. Great. I'm doing great.
Talking about pets, I tasted your beef jerky. I think it turned out fine. Tasted good, but the aftertaste is not my thing. But I think you made good beef jerky.
Thanks.
I just can't say if it's good because
you don't like it.
And I almost never ate it before.
You should try more things, you know. Beef jerky is like,
I'm learning to eat a lot of kind of fish.
But beef jerky is like 3,000-4,000 years old, maybe. Like that recipe is old as us, old as time.
Yeah, that's
you gotta.
You didn't have a refrigerator back then. So
you gotta connect. You gotta connect to your Neanderthal self.
I'm eating potatoes every day.
Well, congratulations. No, but I guess yeah. You're not that much of an adventurer on the food side.
I'm learning to eat a lot of kind of fish right now.
Fish?
Yeah, I only ate white fish, like the basic
tasteless stuff.
Yeah, that. And the salmon. I ate some sushi. Most of the time, I just didn't ask what was inside of it. It was like,
you do know the sushi here is made by Chinese people, right?
Yeah, I do. I do know that.
And the Nepalese.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do know that.
Okay. Just making sure you know that it's not sushi.
Yeah,
it's fake shi.
You have sushi in the shop Carrefour.
Yeah.
And that's made by real Japanese people.
I guess.
Yeah,
maybe.
They pay franchise to stand inside the shop and the mall, and they make fresh sushi every day. Like, they have a lot of companies that order sushi over there.
Oh.
My wife sometimes brings some. And that's real Japanese sushi. Even though the salmon probably isn't from...
Yeah, it's definitely not fresh fish.
But I went to Spain, to Salobreña, and my family-in-law, they love all kinds of fish.
Mm-hmm.
I only like the white tasty stuff. Salmon, once a while.
Yeah, I guess.
And I learned to eat the big shrimps, the gambas.
So the tiger shrimps.
Yeah, tiger shrimps.
Yeah.
You have
tiger
like
prawns.
gray one, red ones, langoustine.
What do you mean gray ones?
You have gambas and you have langoustine.
No, langoustines are those small small lobsters. They're not like
they're not like grayish.
They're gray, but they turn red when you cook
but when you buy them raw, they're grayish, and
they're supposed to be green.
The gambas, the big
gray
shrimps,
whitish, yeah.
And the big shrimps are like reddish.
That depends on their feeding, I think.
They're reddish when you buy them in Spain, but when you peel them, they're just plain white.
I've never seen red ones, but I could be wrong. So.
Pink ones, whatever.
Yeah.
I can look it up later. But
cooked.
One thing I already ate, which is pretty weird, because I don't liked a lot of fish, is I always seem to like calamares.
Squid.
Yeah, squid.
Yeah. Did you know what it was?
Yeah, I knew what it was, but I liked the rings. They fry.
But those are not calamares though. Those are squid tubes.
Yeah, the squid tubes. But I once ate a squid head, but someone cut away the eyes and stuff from me and pulled
so
out
just the
everything.
heads.
Yeah, just
the top.
The top.
I guess.
But
you're not a fan of the tentacles?
Not
they're
that.
good though.
Are they good?
When you
I will try them.
If you don't cook them too hard, so they're a little bit soft, then they're easy to bite. Otherwise, they turn into rubber, and that's disgusting.
It's like squid tubes do when you don't make it.
Basically, yeah.
But we ordered some squid tubes over there. We didn't fry them, but we barbecued them. Man, that shit was good.
Yeah, I guess.
With butter and garlic.
Yeah. Garlic and butter.
I'm brain farting a lot today. I know the words though.
I'm Chinese, so everything I make is done in a wok, just a big iron pan under a jet engine fire.
I'm
everything.
I'm like, I know what it is, and then I realize we're in a podcast.
But those jet engine fires, they burn everything to a crisp. So most things die when you throw it in there.
That's the thing I really like about Chinese food. It's fair. It's easy. It's not that hard. Well,
it's not easy, but
no.
we make it look easy.
Yeah, you make it look easy. The ingredients are easy. You have to say that.
Yes.
Everything has a spoon of soy sauce.
Yeah. Well, not everything has a spoon of soy sauce, but everything has MSG in it.
Yeah. And everything, you're like, oh, I'm hungry. 10 minutes later, dinner's ready.
Well, that's because everything is stood ready. But I mean, in most restaurants, if you order something, it should get to you in like 15
minutes. Yeah, but I mean,
minutes.
like when you're cooking for yourself private.
It usually takes an half hour.
Yeah.
Because I still have to cut stuff.
Yeah, you still have to cut stuff. But from after the cutting to the cooking, it's like 5 minutes.
5 to 10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
Because the fire is just that hot.
If you're
everything.
here, you're like, oh, I'm starting to boil the water. Maybe I could crisp my onions a little bit. Okay, now I can put beans into the thing. Oh yeah, my water is cooking. I can put potatoes in there.
I'd get annoyed by that. If I had to work like that, holy shit.
Oh, I can put the potatoes in now because it's over boiling.
Everything like boils.
And then you're like, yeah, I need to bake my meat. It's okay. Turn it around. 10 minutes has passed. You still have like 5 to 10 minutes to go.
What? Damn. Yeah, my meat, it cooks in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, mostly it's done well, right? It's a little bit red meat is usually a little bit red in my case,
but you guys also
we slice it, yeah.
You slice it very thin.
So that helps.
Like
a lot.
right over here, it's like very
a huge, big, thick slab, just as thick as your hand. Yeah. See, we Chinese people are more sophisticated, you know. We take time to cut everything meticulously and then throw it in a pot and just cook it.
It's like 2 weeks ago I was watching the Harry Bikers. You know this too?
Yeah, I think I do.
And they were biking through Asia.
Mm-hmm.
Man, the stuff I saw over there, it's fucking crazy. How they make the noodles and stuff like that.
Yeah, I can make noodles.
And also, I don't know if it was Chinese or Japanese, but you guys have a way to make an egg, but it's in like a square pan.
Oh yeah, that's Japanese.
Is it Japanese?
Yeah, omono.
I want to try that, man.
Whatever it is.
I want to try that. They put a little bit of egg in the pan. They roll it
up.
And then it up. Then they lift it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then they roll it up again and again and again and again. By the time the egg would be ready, I wouldn't be hungry anymore. But
you'd have a square egg. You have a square omelet. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's a sweet dish though. Did you know?
Is it?
Yeah, it's a sweet dish.
I didn't know that.
So if you like sweet
but Japanese
eggs,
people are like a little bit of sweet tooth. While the Chinese people are like, let's add some sugar in it, so the Western people will like it.
No, definitely not.
It's like with the fucking sweet and sour sauce.
But that's Chinese, though.
Yeah, but I I tasted like the real sweet and sour, and then the sweet and sour you give to the people
Westerners.
to Westerners.
Because it's
shit is so different.
Yeah, duh. Well, to give you the story of how my grandparents got got to the West.
Noise.
So like my great grandfather, he came here by boat from Shanghai to Amsterdam. He lived there for like the rest of his life, but he started his own little restaurant there. So he started with just buying pigs and slaughtering them in his cellar, and then going upstairs and starting cooking his meat and then selling it to the Dutch. And this stayed for like 10 years, 20 years, after which my grandfather came to Amsterdam. But he couldn't stay there, so he had to leave, and he went south to Belgium, where he started selling noodles. Mm-hmm. So the pasta
like
we make
in the Kung Fu Panda movie.
Yeah, basically. But he sold those to people on the street.
He had a noodle shop.
No, not a shop. It was just a cart, basically. So
cart.
every morning at 4 o'clock...
He was the duck from Kung Fu Panda.
Basically. But every morning, like around 4 o'clock, he started making noodles, like getting big bags of flour and using it all up, and then making his noodles fresh and selling it to people. And that's how he got into the business. And then he went further north to Zelzat, where we now live.
Yeah.
And that's where he started his restaurant. But all the dishes that he had were either Indonesian or Chinese, and neither of those mixed really well with the Western population. So they had to change everything around just to be more palatable to people here.
So people wouldn't be like, "Oh, this is strange.
Yeah, this is strange. I'm not gonna eat this." No, we had to like. Mushrooms, we don't have that in China. We have the shiitake and such, but
I noticed that. Like mushrooms is like
the normal French mushrooms. No, we don't have those, and that's a substitution. You know, bamboo we didn't we used to not have. It's only in recent years that people started fabricating them here in Europe. That's how we get them here.
That's how.
It used to be just carrots, slaw.
And so did a lot of like the sweet and sour you have in China and the sweet and sour here, what's the main difference for the people that
more sugar here?
More sugar here.
Yeah. The way you traditionally make it is you boil water, or well let's do it differently. You add sugar in a pan that is non-stick but has no oil in it. You let it caramelize, and then you add water. And from that point, you have the base for your sweet and sour. But then you add Chinese vinegar. Pineapple? You add... no, you don't add pineapples.
That's also something added for Western people.
Yeah, that's also added because in China they didn't have pineapples.
Yeah, because it was...
But basically it's just soy sauce, Chinese vinegar, sugar, and water. That's it.
Yeah. And then you add the vegetables and stuff.
No, you thicken the sauce and then you pour it over something. You never add anything into your sauce.
That's funny.
Because most sauces that we use in Chinese cooking is actually the stuff that gets burnt on the bottom. That is what the food that has that had the Maillard reaction, so the browning basically. That is what we add water to. So it gives off all those flavors.
So the flavors gets into the water instead of vice versa. I can cook. I'm not a bad cook. But the problem is when I make something and it's very good, don't ask me how much of this spice I added or that. Most of the time when I'm cooking, my wife looks at me. I'm like going into the closet, take the spices and the herbs, and I'm like, what's this? I smell it, put a little bit on it. This works, these two. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. And then I know that some stuff you add to meat, like, it's like basilicum you can add to pasta dishes.
Basil, Basil is a very herby, although very herby and very fruity herb.
Coriander,
yeah. Cilantro.
That was from lamb chops?
No fish.
Fish?
Yeah.
I was...
We're gonna add those to lamb chops. I mean, you can, but it tastes weird.
It tastes weird?
Yeah. I would add it to fish just to give it a fresh tint. But then
and you could stuff like that. The dragon.
I don't know how to use that, honestly.
That's a funky herb.
That's French stuff.
Yeah, but that's a
rarely use
that's a funky herb though.
It's a weird herb.
Yeah.
I guess
when you add a little bit, it's like meh. When you add a little bit more, it's like what the fuck.
I guess that's that is probably in mashed potatoes or fish, usually. The funky herbs, they always add flavor to fish.
The only thing from French kitchen I really know is like pastries and baguette.
Oh yeah,
baguette et croissant.
Yeah, Chinese people aren't really bakers. The things that we do, we usually steaming.
In Spain, they cannot make a fucking decent bread. It's ridiculous. They can bake baguettes, but not like the baguette that you buy in the morning and it's a little bit crunchy in the evening, but still good. No, you should buy it during the noon and then eat it in the evening. And the day after, sprinkle a little bit of water over it and put it in fucking oven because otherwise it's like a fucking weapon.
It's a brick.
Yeah, it's a fucking brick. You can kill someone with that. And
I don't remember.
This was the funniest stuff. We came into the villa. Someone gave us showed us around
the tour.
And I asked him like, "Hey, where can you get some decent bread? Is there a bakery?" Because he was German.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing he says like, "Yeah, you don't really have real bakeries here.
Mm-hmm.
They have like the sweet stuff.
Yeah,
it's not that good.
Pastries.
But if you want, the best bread you can buy is in the Lidl."
Oh, you didn't say Aldi, right?
That was pretty wasn't good. An Aldi over there, but like all the bread. My dad is a baker, and what the fuck is going on over there, man? There was like one bakery, and then you had to go to Torremolinos, that's next to Malaga.
Mm-hmm.
You land in Malaga, and if you drive 10 minutes, I think, to the east side. I'm not sure. Whatever. Let's say east.
Yeah.
You went to Torremolinos. It's very, very touristic place. A lot of
Torremolinos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over there, you had some bakeries like you would have a French bakery or a Belgian bakery. You come inside, there's a shitload of bread. There's some croissant and chocolate cookies and stuff like that. But in Spain, the first bakery I saw, I came inside, there are like 4 kinds of baguettes.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had like the smell of a lot of fucking sugar in there. It was like even worse than when you go to Turkish bakery where they have all the baklava, the honey drenched.
Yeah, the honey drenched, layered.
Yeah, well, that has the kind of smell that you always. It will always come above the bread.
Honey cinnamon smell, yeah.
Yeah, it will always come above the bread. Over there, it was like pure sugar.
Oh God.
The pastries.
You go in and you smell. It smells diabetes here.
Yeah, but the pastries looked pretty decent though. I didn't try one, but like over here we have those horns with sugar sprinkled on it. With the yellow cream.
With the yellow cream.
Over there they had a horn. It was filled with whipped cream.
Great.
Yeah,
good stuff.
But instead of only on the inside, the whipped cream, they let it come outside and then they get over the top. So it was like over here the horn.
Yeah.
And then it's filling.
And then over.
Oh, yeah, it's like Trump's hair was on it.
Oh yeah, no. Why? Why would they do that?
I don't know. But the whipped cream was so stiff, man. I was looking at it. I was like,
you must have baked it, right?
I can see crystal. I can see sugar crystals from here.
Do you think they sell any of that?
Yeah. I think Like,
It's weird.
what I like the most, because the place we went to, Salobreña, there are not a lot of tourists. It's like...
Yeah, but what do they eat then in the morning? If not bread. Nothing?
Eggs.
Do they wake
know.
up? Do they just wake up at noon and go like, huh, let's get paella now?
You had all kind of toast bread.
Toast, yeah, but...
Yeah, they make a little toast in the morning.
Why
eat
though?
some eggs.
God. Well, I don't have to say anything. Like Chinese people, we eat like what's the word? Porridge, I guess. Congee. Yeah. Congee is like the official term, but it's basically water soaked in rice soaked in water and cooked for like a half hour, and then you have this
overcooked rice.
No, you have this water, this starchy water containing rice granules that have thickened up and softened to the point like it's just not appetizing.
So actually, you're eating stuff that we give to the elderly.
Yeah, basically, but that's what we eat for breakfast, you know, with a poached egg or some
I don't know
pickled...
what they eat for breakfast. Probably a lot of healthy things. I don't know.
You think? You know, I'm not trying to stereotype, but I would have guessed they wouldn't get up until noon.
No, because in Spain I know a lot of people wake up like normal people.
European, yeah, I know,
people, but they work
funny.
until 1, I think. I'm not sure. Some companies work until 1.
Right.
And then they have, instead of a half-hour lunch break like we have here, or an hour lunch break, they have 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah, siesta.
Yeah, for the siesta or the break. And then after that, they just work the same,
amount of hours as we do. Yeah,
as we do. Like, I know from the guy that gave us a tour in the villa, he couldn't get used to the 2-hour break.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we Northerners.
He tried to do like a real Spanish guy, the siesta.
The Northerners.
Didn't work out.
It doesn't work out for us. Yeah.
But the only complaint he had about it was like, I would like to work after an hour. I don't care about heat, he said, because every day I need to work until 7.
Yeah.
So
that's a little bit more. But then again, even if you work until 7, everything's still open until 9, 10.
Man, if you go to a restaurant where normally only Spanish people come, and you get inside at 8, like we would eat at 8.
Yeah.
You would get inside and they're like,
not a lot of people.
So you're here for the aperitif?
Yeah.
Because kitchen not open yet.
Exactly. Yeah. They eat late.
Yeah,
but that's in all southern countries, like in China as well.
But I adapted very fast to that. Like in the morning, I get up around 8 or 9. Then we ate something at 10. Then in the afternoon, around 2 or 3, I would be like, eat a little toast something, so I wouldn't get drunk so fast. And then in the evening, at 6, we started to eat some little snacks or like tapas, stuff like that. And then like 8, we would go to a table, eat stuff.
Yeah, I guess.
Get off around 11.
I guess it works.
And when
I'm trying to remember what we used to do in when we went to Spain, but I guess basically the same, yeah.
I think what the difference, did you go to a hotel or did you just rent at a house? Or
we went to a hotel, but we usually went out to eat with Chinese people.
Because it was half pension? You ate?
No, we had full pension.
Full pension?
Yeah.
We just
didn't go. Like, usually, sometime we would go, but then buffet is not our thing. So, like,
yeah.
Just having an entire buffet and then...
When I used to travel when I was younger, I never did a hotel booking. But, like, never. I just go to France, look at the side of the street, chambre d'hôte. I need to go there, check if there's a room. Go there, get some rest. But then when I got married with Shana, we went to a all-in hotel in Kos.
It's a whole different experience, right?
Yeah, it's fucking weird, man.
What do you mean, fucking weird?
Yeah, you just know you go.
You have the luxury, though.
Yeah, that's the weird thing. For me, the first time it was weird because you have everything. But
Basically everything, yeah.
But I think I got lucky. Because I hear a lot of people go to hotels and they're like, yeah, it was all in, but the food wasn't that great. Man, the food over there was fucking awesome.
Yeah, you have to get lucky sometimes. Because if you get a bad cook, then
but
everything
not
is
only
just
that,
the same.
like in the evening, the buffet, like you had like for the main dish, you could choose from 12 or 13 things.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could make your little side dishes as you wish, as you wished, stuff like that. But still, I'm not sure about hotels though. It's fun to do it once a while, or it's convenient. But over there we went one day at the hotel.
Yeah.
Lay by the swim pool. Then one day go outside. One day hotel. One day go outside. I can handle that. But 2 days inside in the hotel. One day just go somewhere.
It's been a long time since I went with my family. Like last time I was 13 or 14, and there were a lot of other kids there, so I had fun, you know.
Right now, like when we went to Kos, I was my wife only told me to bring one book, and I was like, no, I need more books. I really need more books. And after 2 days, the one book I was
You finished.
Yeah, I finished the book, and then I needed to download ebooks.
Just because you were bored?
Not bored, but I'm not the guy that lays in the sun all day.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
I need to do a little walk or just
fair enough.
Swim a little bit. But now I had 3 books with me. I only finished 2.
Because you had a lot of other things to do.
Yeah.
We had
the whole
drunk.
family over there.
You were so drunk you couldn't even.
I was never shit-faced drunk, but I remember the first day. So we got there, and then the day after, like the first full day, it was like 1:00 in the afternoon, and I'm like, fuck yeah, the weather's nice. I'm going in the swimming pool. Let's have a gin tonic. I'm on vacation, and I'm like. To my brother-in-law, hey Jonas, you want a gin tonic too? That early? And I'm like,
it's vacation.
What am I doing wrong? hey dad, you want a gin tonic? It's a little bit too early for that. What the fuck? Okay, I'm drinking alone.
Yeah, you're on vacation, who cares, right?
And then the third day, man, my brother-in-law, he was like, hey, you want an espresso? And I'm like,
it's this early?
What? It's like 2:00. What the fuck? Yeah, sure. I want an espresso. And you had like the little espresso.
Oh god,
glasses.
the small ones, the small cups.
But they weren't see-through or something. So he comes to me. I look in it, and it's like clear water inside of it. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's smiling at me. He winks. Just take it. Thanks for the coffee, man. It was pure gin.
God. Glorious stuff, right?
Afterwards, he comes to me. Here's another espresso because my mother-in-law and dad-in-law were over there.
Yeah.
And I think that day was like still before noon.
Before noon.
Yeah. And I'm like smiling at him. Oh, we're doing this again. Yep. The gin shot.
Yeah.
He's like, here, have another one. And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not?
It's getting hard.
Let's have this gin. Oh my god. So you ever had it's like imagine that this kind of iced tea.
Yeah.
You think it's cola.
Right.
But it's iced tea.
Right.
And you're on your computer playing World of Warcraft and you're like, let's have a sip of cola. You put it at your mouth without looking. You're still thinking it's cola. And then you get the first taste of the iced tea, you know, like what the, and then you're like, you realize, spit this out, and then you realize it's just iced tea,
right?
Well, I had that with the gin. He switched it with Bacardi.
Oh god.
And you know I'm
rum,
not. You know I'm not the rum drinker.
Yeah.
I drink everything,
just not rum.
Yeah, unless
it's spiced.
Yeah.
I get you.
Unless it's Captain Morgan. That's the only rum I drink. And he's like, here, have another one. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? This isn't gin. And I'm like, and then it was already too late. It came out of my nose.
Oh god, no.
It was like 10:30. 10:30. First a shot of gin, and then I had Bacardi getting glorious through my nose. Man, that day rocked though.
Next time I go to China, you should join. You and Shana should join.
I said to Shana, I want to visit China once. And she's like, China is not really my thing. And I'm like, yeah, well, too bad for you, because when Xing is going to China, I'm going with him. One day I'm going with him.
I should definitely try it.
And she's like, yeah, but what we're going to do there? I'm going to see the fucking farmlands, man. I'm going to see real China.
You're going to see communist China, I guess.
I
guess I can
because my father-in-law, for his work, he has been to Shanghai or Hong Kong before.
All good stuff.
Yeah, like all the nice stuff you see. Like, okay, Hong Kong. How big is Hong Kong? Like compared to Belgium City.
I think as big as Belgium.
Yeah, that's
probably
that's the funny thing. It's like we live in Belgium. Our biggest city is like the city we live nearest to is like
Ghent. Yeah, it's nothing.
If you draw a circle and you go from the one side to the other, it's like 5 kilometers.
Yeah, it's not huge. It's small.
But my father-in-law went to Shanghai and stuff like that, and he always said it's nice to see the big buildings, but I want to see the real
farmlands,
the real China and the farmlands.
But that's
I actually
as a Westerner, you'll never see that, because basically all Chinese people just live there, and there's nothing else there. Unless you have connections with people, you're not gonna see it.
You're my connection.
That's why you should go. I want you to experience the true feeling of.
But I always wanted to see or go see where your heritage is from.
Yeah, where my parents and grandparents are from.
Not where you were from.
No,
because I know that place.
You know that place.
I always wanted to know or see where your heritage was.
Yeah, but it's weird though.
Now it's gonna be another heritage though, because I suspect when you go back to China, it will be to your wife's family.
Yeah, to my wife's family.
That's
not
gonna
to my
be
own,
so fucking weird.
Well, it's like I said, it's like going to West Flanders here. Going from Brussels to West Flanders. That's basically how you should look at it. Like Brussels, dude, you got the capital city. You know, you got the giant buildings. You got you got all the culture, right? And then you go to West Flanders, it's like, yeah, I guess a lot of fields.
I imagine a lot of rice fields, people working on there.
Not where she's from, but a lot of old people.
Old people, because all the young people go to the cities.
A lot of big houses that house like 3-4 families, or like a big nuclear family.
But like China also has a weird system of when there are like big ghost towns in China that are made for families to move there, or they're building cities at a time.
Yeah, but that's because they expected people to go there.
You have like 1 or 2 cities in China that's
real ghost towns. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there are people living there and moved over there, but. Like companies didn't endorse the city or something like that, and all
it's basically China gave a lot of money to realtors to build cities for them. It's like,
but
we have this much budget for you to make some.
But isn't China more invested in African fronts right now?
They are, but it's more infrastructure.
Yeah, they're building a lot of infrastructure and subsidizing stuff in Africa.
Yeah. Because they know that it'll get the money in the long run. But then
not only the money.
It also helps with trade, of course.
Not only that, it's not to say something bad about China, but it's very smart to help all the African countries with building stuff, because when one world top is coming in, they get more votes.
Well, that is political, maybe, but
political view, it's also not.
But there's always backlash, you know. Like in Kinshasa, that's Nigeria. That's where most Chinese people are right now. That's West Africa, and there's a lot of backlash from the African people there because they don't want foreign intruders. They don't want people because they have bad connections with the West, with America, with Europe, going there doing things but not really helping the African people.
Yeah.
And they think the same of China.
But China is doing
half of it might be true. Like
China is doing a lot of stuff to help them.
We're helping them make roads, but we're also what they also do is like they send their managers, their top men to manage the Africans.
Yeah.
So they don't like that, but at the same time, if they don't do it,
way of working, then you have the Chinese ethic way of working.
Yeah, the Chinese they're very pragmatic in ways. Like if you don't want to work, that's fine. We'll find someone else.
I think in 2 years, I might be able to join you on a trip.
It'll be 2 or 3 years when my kid finally grows up a bit.
By then, my wife will see. When I told her I would just go and visit your heritage stuff like that, she was like, "But I want to go to Japan."
Japan is not far from there. I mean, it's still the same, I mean,
nah, I think.
What?
If you see the PewDiePie videos and stuff, I think she wants to see that Japan a little bit too.
She just wants to see Osaka and Tokyo probably.
Yeah, probably.
But there's more than just that, and that's.
I remember back in the day, but I forgot the name of the village. When I used to trade World of Warcraft gold, like buy and sell. In the beginning, it was buying. Then I just sold. Mm-hmm. I always had like the Chinese gold sellers from that age. I always had the same girl, which I ordered. Yeah. Or
the same person you ordered.
The same. She was my contact person. Mm-hmm. And after a long while of selling gold on different games, once a while you start talking because it was back in the day Messenger and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
She was on my Messenger, and then hey, I got some gold. Do you guys want to buy it? Do you guys have an order? Blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. And then she started to just tell me where she's from. She was not like the catfish or something like that. She was just, I'm from here. From there, If you ever go to China, you should visit this or that. And then she had a national park over there and stuff like that. Man, I really wish I remembered her name right now. But I think China is more beautiful on the countryside.
Yeah, I guess. It has a lot of varied places.
The only thing that worries me as a Westerner is, and it's not to say of every Chinese is the same, but the racism. Like,
oh no, there's definitely racism. Yeah, we're not gonna deny it. I mean, to be fair, it's not racism as you know it. It's more like
it's more looking down.
Yeah, it's more looking down. It's like, yeah, we're better than you, so whatever. And if you don't like it, well,
maybe
leave.
Racism was a wrong word.
But it's racism. It is racism, but it's not as negative as what the white people did to Africans. Yeah. Say. We don't enslave. We don't do weird practices. We've always been a very defensive country.
I always remember the stuff your mom said. She was always friendly. She never looked. She actually looked a little bit down on me. But it's a funny racism thing. It's like she would be talk to you. Oh, he's here again. He's here for another night. Oh, what the fuck? And then she would like stop talking Chinese. She looks at me. She smiles. You want to eat something?
Of course, yeah. Because at the same time, you're still my friend, and you're still a guest at our house. So she does have to be obliged. Yeah, she does have to oblige and be friendly and be hospitable.
No, but your mom reminds me a lot of my mom. She's just a Chinese version of
it. That's weird to say though. I think your mom is far more emotional.
Maybe, yeah, but that's why your mom is the Chinese version of my mom. They both say they both just say what they think.
Yeah.
they don't have a leaf for the mouth, like we say it in Dutch.
No, leaf for the mouth. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can understand what you mean.
Yeah,
They just blabber it. Yeah, I guess so.
But
It's in a way.
then what's the difference is your mom has a Chinese discipline, man.
Yeah, I guess.
It's like I think we talked about black tea before on the podcast, but man, every time I stayed at your house, it was like you had to drink the tea to get rid of my retardness. Like every night she was there with the fucking tea. You're going to drink this tea, yeah, but mom, it's not good. After a while, I just knew you were saying, but it doesn't taste good. Yeah, you have to drink it.
I mean, it's not great. It was sweet and bitter at the same time.
The Chinese discipline, it's like how they, not mind fucked you, but they were like, when you were in your rebel phase, you were like, I'm not going to work in the restaurant. I'm going to, like, you quit your school and you were like searching to do a job that was not in the restaurant. And they were like, you be you.
No, they knew that at some point we'd be coming back, you know.
Yeah, but they were like, you be you. You do
what
that,
you want.
boy.
You do what you want.
After 1 year, hey, we know you have a job, but we need a little bit of help in the kitchen. And you were like, okay, I can do once a week.
I didn't even do that. I think the only reason why I started working.
Eventually, you had to because your uncle was
my
sick.
My uncle got sick. So, I mean, at the same time, I'm like, I want to be. I don't want to do this job, but at the same time, I'm like, I still got to take care of my family, and that's more important than anything.
Yeah, that's true.
When push comes to shove, I mean, like, sure, I can pretend like I'm an individual, and I like to be myself and not conform to what other people think or want of me. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, but you're still part of the family, and you still have responsibilities,
man.
Even if you push them away.
Once you take over the restaurant, you have an ideal place to start something up.
I mean, to be fair, once weed gets legalized here, I know what I'm doing. I'm turning that shit into a coffee shop.
I don't think it will get legalized. As long as we have Marty Block sitting there and Bartolero swinging the stick.
They've legalized marijuana in Italy. You can buy cannabis light. You know what cannabis light is?
With less THC, it's like
less THC and more CBD. Yeah.
Yeah, you have a couple countries where you were able to do that.
Yeah, but the point is,
but you also
they have retail shops that sell it to people. That's a big step, you know.
You can also buy weed in Belgium.
Yeah, from pharmaceuticals.
No, there are shops in Brussels that sell you weed, but it's only CBD active, not THC. There's the only thing that's work is CBD, and they can only sell it as a decorative piece.
What, I'm gonna hang my bag of weed on my window?
And if you ask them, if I smoke it, does it do something? They cannot answer you, stuff like that. But the only thing, it's like the muscle relaxer of this time. So
basically, it's the Belgian way of doing stuff.
Yeah, but but if you smoke it, you don't get high.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
No, you don't get high. You just relax the muscle. It's like it's like you would buy CBD oil, put it in a vape pen, and smoke that.
But that still relaxes you, though. It doesn't make you trip balls, but I mean, it's still relaxing.
I think. So I was going to say, I think I smoked too much weed in my age, not in quantities, but in my lifetime, to not feel the effect of CBD. But I don't think I would use it if I didn't need it medically, like for Parkinson or epileptic attacks.
I once had that medical weed, the blue Medikush. Do you remember that?
Yeah. I
had like a big bag of that, and everyone told me like, it's good, but you don't feel anything. And I was like, are you fuckers kidding me?
Yeah.
I'm like,
we were sitting in the
holy
couch.
fuck. I'm like, I can't feel my face anymore. And you guys are saying you don't feel shit? What is this shit?
Yeah, but back in the day, people only wanted to chase that high.
Yeah.
We just wanted to enjoy and smoke.
Yeah, I guess. We had a lot of good weed and a lot of bad weed.
Wow.
I remember couch weed. Do you remember that one? That was like 20 grams of weed that was just rock solid.
Man.
And when you burned it, it just kept burning. It turned into
solid black.
Yeah, it turned into charcoal.
Fucking charcoal.
Man.
You started smoking your cigar, your joint, and you had ash.
Halfway through.
I'm visualizing it now. So you would be halfway through your joint. With me, it was with tobacco. So once in a while, it would break off. But like Xing, he always smoked pures. And from beginning to the middle, his ashes would always stick at each other.
And they
turn
kept
rock
burning
solid.
too.
Once it almost turned into glass.
I don't remember that.
Man, the only thing I regret is even when we had bad weed,
we'd still smoke it.
Yeah, we still smoked it.
We had no choice. I mean,
we had a choice. We were just like back in the day. You remember they were warning people. They were heavying weed with glass.
Yeah, with glass dust. Yeah,
with glass dust and stuff like that.
But those are all fake, you know.
The sugar is a real thing, though.
The weed
Sugar
I got from a friend, but at the same time, I know he usually gets us good weed. And one time he got us bad weed, and he even said like, "Last time I got you bad weed, here's another bag of good weed." Well, we'll call it even, right?
Yeah, we call it even, right?
We smoked ourselves retarded.
Yeah. The one night that you just dropped 20 grams on the floor, we just picked that up with all the hair from the cat.
Yo, don't blame me though. That was the shrooms. Don't blame me.
That shit was funny as hell, dude. Man, I don't get why we got the idea to set up a camera in the middle of a room to film us while we were tripping.
Yeah. Nothing was seen.
And then just pwned it at the fucking couch. So the first idea...
So no one was actually at the couch?
The first idea I didn't get was like, why did we wanted to film that?
Yeah.
Then the second thing was like, why didn't we put it in the kitchen so we had a
full view? Yeah.
Full view
of what was happening.
And then the third thing that I really love was like, hey, Xing, can you roll me a joint? Yeah, man, but you have to wait a little bit. I'm tripping balls, man. 20 minutes later, into the movie. Hey, Xing, did you roll that joint yet? Then you see Xing get to rolling leaves, looking at it 20 minutes. Looking at a table for another 10 minutes, looking for the big bag of weed, like 25 grams or something was in there.
Right in front of me, can't see it.
20 minutes forward into the movie. Hey, Xing, did you roll the joint already? Xing finally found the weed. He forgot why he got the leaf in his hand. He looks at the weed. He puts the rolling leaf on the table. He takes the corner of the bag of weed and he lifts it up to be sure and check it if it's weed. While he is doing that, lifting the corner up, he had it on the backside of the bag.
Yeah, so upside down.
So he had it upside down, and all the weed, you can see it on that movie. Oh, I wish we still had that. It would be so nice. Just to watch. Not to put it on the internet.
It's so bad.
But then you can see that all the weed is getting out of the bag. There's like 4 or 5 grams still in the bag, and Xing still isn't even noticing. He's looking at the bag getting empty. He's like, yeah, that's my weed, man. 10 minutes passes again. Hey, Xing, did you already roll the joint? You look at Xing at the camera. He's bent over, doing stuff. Then you see him pick the bag again on the wrong side of the corner. A bit of weed falls out. He sees it fall out. And you're like, yeah, he's gonna notice it now. No, he just takes a little bit of weed that fell out of the bag. He starts rolling the joint. It takes him, how long did it took you?
2 hours.
2 hours?
Yeah.
From that point, another 2 hours.
Yeah, I guess so.
Then he gives the guy the joint.
It wasn't even rolled good.
It wasn't really rolled. And you can see the guy's face looking at the joint like, what the fuck is this?
I guess I'll learn to roll myself.
Yeah, and that's the night that he learned to roll.
I guess, yeah.
Man, he still sucked at it after 2 weeks. But the funniest shit was after the trip. We were like, you have that sober moment.
Yeah.
You're done tripping balls and you're like sober as fuck, but you're still going to smoke weed even though you're not feeling it. And then it's like, hey, can I roll another joint? We should still have plenty of weed, man. Yeah, here, take the... Oh my fucking... What? Oh no, all the weed is at my feet. And you remember that Andy had this mat with...
with the long hairs
with
on
the
it.
long
Oh
hairs
god,
on it.
yeah, that was disgusting.
I think we lost like 5 grams or something inside
Could
of
have
the
been,
mat.
yeah. Could have been.
Man, I'm pretty sure after 2 years of going to Andy's place, even though we cleaned the place and stuff like
it's
that,
still a lot of stuff in that mat.
if you took the mat,
You roll it up,
you
would still...
and just lick it once, just lick the backside of the mat.
Oh god,
It would taste like shrooms. But man, I'm pretty sure you would be tripping balls.
Oh god. No,
You would start flashing with speed.
I don't want to know.
You would be watching me.
It sounds disgusting.
Yeah, but you would lick the mat on a little spot, like with the tip of your tongue. You would be talking to me, and then you would start talking very fast and wouldn't shut up because the speed will start getting in. After 5 minutes,
Did we drop speed in there?
After 5 minutes, your pupils would widen up.
Dilate, yeah.
From the
coke?
From the no.
Oh, you never drop the coke. Never, never. That shit's expensive.
I don't. I think Bert was the only one that did coke over there.
I don't know. I don't remember.
The MDMA, definitely the MD.
Did we drop MD?
Yeah, definitely a couple of...
Yeah, we did MD, but did we drop it on the mat physically?
When you put your finger in the back, you pull it out, definitely some would fall off.
I definitely don't do it. I never liked it, so it wasn't my thing.
The Mayfie?
Mephedrone, yeah. Oh god.
Man.
We did dumb shit there.
Ketamine wasn't over there. Maybe I think you did ketamine before.
Ketamine was different though. That's not a party drug at all.
I did it on a party once.
Yeah, but it's not fun.
The party ended, man.
Yeah, just
you have like your point of view changes.
You get fish-eyed.
Yeah, I would like stand 5 meters from you, and you would light your cigarette, and I would feel the flame at my nose, and I would see it at my nose too.
See, but that's only when you take a little of it. If you take a lot of ketamine...
I went to K-Home.
Yeah, you did?
Yeah. The night we sprayed it in the nose.
Right, I guess... I wasn't there, I think.
Or
I was tripping balls somewhere because...
I went to K-Hole once. I think you were in the room. But no, we didn't with the nasal spray.
Not with the nasal.
I once did it with a nasal spray.
Yeah.
That wasn't fun.
Well, I did it just taking lines, but that was like the first 10 minutes you have to take the big ones.
Yeah,
and after a half hour when you're starting to grog up, you have to take 2 more big ones, and then before you go completely out, you have to force yourself to take a little small one, and then you just lie down and just let it happen. But
I never enjoyed that, bro, man.
No, because it's a tranquilizer. It's a horse tranquilizer. It was so weird. Knocks you out, you know. Yeah. And some people can be like, it's good.
Oh my god, I'm falling to the left. And you would tilt yourself to the right, like to counter it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you're sitting there like a retard,
exactly,
all the way to the other side.
I remember
think you're falling left.
I remember laying there on the mat with all the drugs and like, I can't feel my face.
Man,
where am I?
The only thing I saw you do weird shit was on the salvia, man.
Salvia, yeah.
The first time you wanted to take something, like the lighter or something, we give it to you. No, not that. But the second time we did it when Andy moved. And you wanted to switch gear of cars all the time.
Yeah, because every time I did salvia, I was on a racetrack.
Yeah,
I couldn't explain what I was doing at the time or afterwards, but after thinking about it, what it actually was. The first time it was just a a racetrack through elementary school. So like you have the elementary school in Zalzad, you have first grade, second grade, third grade on the top floor, and then you have the kindergartens on the bottom.
Yeah.
And every classroom was a basket full of fruit, and that became a road upon which I was driving, you know, with the music, with the stupid tech music.
No, you were.
That's the second time. The first time was not that one.
I remember that because the only thing I remember about the song is it had a background, and once in a while when we were tripping off mushrooms, that song was also on there. But the only thing I remember about that song is the background from the song.
Mm-hmm.
I always wondered, is that shit moving in the video
or not?
It
definitely wasn't moving.
And that's that, because I wondered that a long time, and I never knew what song it was, but I always knew it was in the playlist when we were doing stupid stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, but Salvia is weird though. That definitely changes your point of view.
At Salvia times 5,
Salvia times 5 does nothing.
It did nothing. Then we did 20.
Yeah,
then I was standing on.
good.
Then I was standing on a bridge, and then I remember also that techno song.
Mm-hmm.
I was standing on a bridge that trip, and the third time we did it, like when Andy moved, when you started drooling all over the new mat, and you were shifting gears all the time, and you're like that, and we're like, hand him this pack of cigarettes. You want a lighter? Move man. Move I need to switch gear.
Yeah, that was weird though.
And then we did times 40 that day too.
That was bad.
Man, I just went knockout.
No, you didn't go knockout. You just...
I remember we filmed each other. And I was like, what the fuck are you guys laughing at? I was only here laying down for 1 minute. And you guys were like showing it's like 9 minutes during of... I don't even remember what I did.
Mm-hmm. You just laid there and was like, hey, shut up. I'm trying to enjoy this. Shut up. And just laying there. Like, you almost looked like you were afraid and you were dying. But like... you were not moving. Your face was all cramped up, and every time I was like, Inyos, you okay? Yeah, shut up. I'm trying to enjoy this.
Man, lately I found a picture of us on Facebook. It's so funny, man. It was.
It's not the 10th one, is it?
Yeah, the 10th one.
God.
Man, if you look at that picture, man, the picture says everything.
Says everything. Yeah.
Yeah. You see you laying on the right side in a ball after your LSD trips. You see me laying in the middle, shit faced, hat all the way to the back, still coming out of my mouth, and then you have Andy to the left, just laying there, smiling, happy. Yeah. Man, that picture just that describes a lot of weekends from us.
That was basically 2-3 years of my life. Yeah.
Man,
I mean, it was fun, but I wouldn't recommend it to anyone.
No, but if you look at that picture, you have the 3 stages that we all 3 always went through.
Oh, the happy shit-faced,
depressed in a ball,
fucked up,
thinking about life. Should I do this again? I'm so sober right now. You know what, guys? I'm not gonna trip again. The week after, hey guys, what we're gonna do this weekend? Hey, let's get some trip.
The problem was we couldn't. Every time, like
we had to.
We had to wait 2-3 weeks.
I think we did it for like 6 months, every 2 weeks.
Regularly, yeah.
We at one point we were like, "Hey guys, how long has it been that we took a little mushroom trip?"
Yeah.
Hey, I think it's 2 weeks. No, I think it was
last week. I don't know what soured
week.
it though. I want to say, I'm not gonna say his name. You know him, but I think he did sour our voyages though. Like, the first times we did it with just us 3, that was fun. You know?
And
even when the other guy...
when he was there the first time, it went sour for
all of us.
I was sitting in Andy's room, and every time I switched room, I had like that bad vibe. So that's why I stayed in the room, because you came check on me. And then when I remember that, you were coming to check on me and you're like, hey, why are you here? Man, my legs are so long against the wall. And when I put them against the closet, they're so short. And then you tried it and then you were like, yeah, fuck this.
I wasn't that bad, no.
And then I went into the room. I felt a bad vibe. I went back to my safe space.
Yeah.
The other guy came into my safe space to check on me the second time. He sit there for 5 minutes. I came back to the other room, and then the bad vibe was gone. I came to my safe space where the other guy was sitting, and then I had a bad vibe again.
Yeah.
So I just waited until the worst was over, and then check on you guys.
Well, I think it has a lot to do with experience too. But I mean, the first time, I think he was only with us one time. He was
2 times.
2 times?
The first time he was watching over us, and then we found him shit-faced drunk.
Yeah.
In the couch.
With a lot of bleeding nose. Yeah. I remember that.
He had to work that day.
Yeah, he didn't.
No,
he went home.
Yeah, but I think the bottle of whiskey did it for him then. Even though the beginning of the evening was
the bottle
okay.
of whiskey, he also had his his antidepressants. He had his Coke.
I know he didn't have Coke that
he did. No, he did.
I didn't even know that. But
he went to the toilet every time. Well, he didn't go to the toilet. That was his thing. He wouldn't go to the toilet because he wanted to use his thing.
No, he wouldn't use the toilet because he didn't want other people hear him going to the toilet.
Yeah, well, but that's the reason.
Why would he go outside?
Where would he go outside?
Yeah.
If you think about it, where? In the bushes next to
the beginning of the evening was okay. The middle of the evening was also okay, but
he had a big problem.
But when we all hit the peak of the trip, something went wrong there. I don't know what, but something went wrong over there.
I also remember one time our good friend Diego came along. Like we had decided to trip, the 3 of us, but we didn't know that Andy's roommate was gonna come home. And when he came home, the first thing he saw is like he opens the door, 3 idiots staring at him like, what the fuck?
Yeah, we forgot about it.
We totally forgot about it. And he just had that sour face on him. Was like, fuck this, I'm out of here. He left, and for like 10 minutes or so, we were like confused. Like, what the hell? Did we do something wrong? Why did he leave?
Yeah, we felt so guilty.
Afterwards, he came back with drinks and food, and it was like, it was good.
He went out. Yeah. And then he came back with drinks and he took care of us.
he wasn't like,
he wasn't mad, but
he wasn't like, I'm gonna take care of you, but he was gonna like say, he was more like making sure that nothing bad happened.
And also the look on his face was not like, I don't want to have anything to do with this. He was just like,
he doesn't trip, but at the same time,
he was like, let him do it.
Let them do this shit. We'll see what happens.
At that moment, he stayed at Andy's for a while.
Yep.
Wow.
Weird stuff, huh?
You know what the funny thing is?
Huh?
All that shit is like 9 years ago.
Yeah, I think so.
I think I was 18. Yeah, I was driving my car.
You were a little older.
I was 18 when Andy lived alone. Because I remember...
because I was 18.
I remember driving with my brother from Lokeren to Andy's place when, back in the day, when he broke up with Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
I drove to Andy's place with 6 beers, and then I think after 5 or 6 months, I brought you to Andy for the first time.
Yeah, possibly.
And then after 4 months, we were seeing each other every day.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, what you doing? I'm going to Andy's. Okay, see you there. And after a while, it was like, you home? Okay.
Yeah.
We didn't even said like, hey, I see you tomorrow. It was like, yeah, he's gonna be there.
Probably. It's gonna be there, probably.
I remember back in the day, I came home from work, wash myself, eat, Bye, Mom. Hey, where you going? I'm going to Andy's place with Ching. Hey, you going over there again? Yeah, bye. Every single fucking day. After a while, it was like just, hey, where you? Yeah, bye. they knew where to find me.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah, you're going to your friends again. Okay, have fun. Bye. Then in the weekend, we started sleeping there in the weekend. You didn't even go home over the weekend much of the time.
Sometimes, well, it was mostly like Fridays. I would be at home, and then Friday night we would go out, and then Saturday morning you would go home because you were shit faced and you had to sleep. and I was like, yeah, I could stay here for a while and continue.
I remember a couple of times that I saw you going home. See you come back again, but also the other way around.
Alternating.
Like, I have to go home, guys. You probably won't see me again today. 9 hours later, what's up, bitches?
In the end, it was all about the weed, though. It's like, there's weed here, so of course you're gonna come back.
Not only that, there was also friendship.
Yeah, friendship, but also a lot of weed.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm very glad to have known you guys, but if I'm gonna be honest, most of the time I was there just for weed. Not only to smoke it, also to give it to you guys, you know, because I was usually the guy who got us the weed. So
yeah, but most of the time, you had most of the time you had the weed, but you were always there as a friend too.
Of course, yeah. After a while, you're just like, yeah, these guys are pretty good.
But because in the beginning, I invited you because we were already friends then. Mm-hmm. And then after a while, we just had fun. We started playing Dark Souls and stuff.
Yeah, I still remember that. First time I tell you guys, look, Dark Souls is the new shit. You should definitely try it. You two were like, this fucking Japanese shit? What? The controls suck. Can't even do anything.
After 2 days, you see Andy dodging for his life all the time.
Yeah, I remember that first fight with the Demon King. With the demon thing there. Yeah? Do you remember?
Where we started arguing about the bonfires, where we have been already or not.
You guys were like, no, you have to do the bonfire here, and you have to go inside and fight him. It's like, guys, just follow my lead, okay? You see me going up the stairway, fighting the skeletons, and then coming right where you have to jump on the thing, and you guys like, yeah, we'll just jump down, I guess. And I was like, no, I'm gonna read this shit first. It's like, do the drop attack. Yeah, it's like, you guys like
other people.
Yeah, no, that was one of the tutorial.
Yeah, he was stuck in the tutorial.
You guys were stuck in the tutorial, and I was like, what if I do this? And I still remember it vividly. Like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I go down. I do the plunging attack, and you see his bar literally drop to nothing, and we were like, "Yes, we're doing it!"
And then the boss fight started.
Yeah, and I actually died. But after that, I was like, "Yeah, we know how to do it now." It was pretty good. That was a good experience.
We cleared the whole game, man.
Yep.
We even started over 1 or 2 times.
Yeah, Dark Souls was good.
Yeah. The second was also about a little bit less.
Mm-hmm.
Third was okay.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, the third one I didn't really like because it was difficult, but it was difficult in a obtuse way.
Yeah.
Like, there are a lot of things that made it
expressive. Was difficult, and the shit that's supposed to be difficult was easy.
Yeah.
So, we got an hour and 20 minutes. We're getting professionals at this.
We talk too much.
I think it was a good podcast, though. It didn't go anywhere again, but hey, It's All Junk podcast?
It's all junk, yeah. It's all shit podcast.
Man, I think we have a really good name, even for puns. It's the All Junky podcast. It's the All Junk podcast.
It's the All Shit podcast.
It's the All
Cringe podcast. It's the All podcast.
We can be anything except an experience.
It's the All Sad experience.
Oh yeah, we can be an experience too, man.
Yeah.
I heard H3 call himself a new thing. The H3 podcast extravaganza. We are an extravaganza now, he said.
No. He keeps on trying, he keeps on failing.
No,
I like Ethan, but he's not my kind of guy. I don't know.
I like his podcast though. I like it more than his videos.
You don't vape Nash? No
the
fake
videos were funny and they were well written and stuff like that. But, like they made a new one. I still need to check that out. But I like the podcast, and even his wife. His wife seems nice lady.
Yeah, I guess it's a bit weird, but
aren't they both from Israel?
No, he's an American. She's from Israel. But they've gone through a lot of stuff together.
Yeah.
So
With the
lawsuit and shit.
With the lawsuit and shit, it's good to won that, man. Because
would have been a bad precedent for every other YouTuber.
Well, I would have made my first donation to help someone out that I don't even know though.
Mm-hmm. I guess.
If they lost it, like here's $50.
Yeah, do something else. Start a radio show.
No, but like lately, the podcasts I listen to toned down a bit, but I still listen to like the Joe Diaz, the Joe Rogan. Now I just look at the guests.
I think there are way too many podcasts. Way too many.
Yeah, but you need to pick what you're interested at that moment. Like I listened to a magic podcast.
Yeah.
I listened to 2 of them. Then I listened to the Cox and Candor.
Yeah.
Because I love Cox and Candor podcast. It's funny. Yeah, sorry, I'm wriggling my ear. It's not going in. Whatever. Then Joe Rogan, Theo Vaughn, because he's a funny side.
You have way too much time on your hand, man.
No, but when I go to work and I have to be like driving a forklift.
Yeah.
I listen not to music because
podcasts.
Otherwise you don't hear people talking to you. But I listen to podcasts.
Yeah,
So
I guess.
when I'm working with the belts to get the bulk in the hanger, also then I listen to podcasts. Because otherwise you would be hearing. Oh
yeah, I love that
for like
sound.
7 hours straight.
That's a lovely sound.
Oh, we're drifting off again.
Yeah, we should finish it up.
Yeah, you got something to finish it up?
To go back to the start, would you rather have a probe up your ass? or
he didn't even ask the question yet, so I can't stop.
No, but yeah, seriously though, would you rather have a probe up your ass or a collar around your neck with a shocker?
With
a shocker, to give you.
Can I ask one question to add to that?
Yeah.
How regular would the probe go up my ass, and what would make the collar shock?
The collar would shock for bad behavior, and let's say it would go up your ass regularly, just to check you,
man.
Just to check you,
Shock for bad behavior. After a while, I would be like the perfect little pet, and I wouldn't need that collar anymore.
No, you'll keep the collar. You get the collar. You keep the collar.
What would you do? Get the probe up your ass all day? Just leave it in there.
I mean, the shock collar would be bad, but at least I can be myself, Being violated by a probe just to have my temperature checked, I can live with that, even if it's bi-weekly or weekly or daily if you have to. I mean, they used to do it to me when I was a little baby, so I guess if I could just switch it off, it'll be all fine. It doesn't have to be a fist, It can be a pinky. Just pinky up your ass. Test for fever.
What was the age when you had to get a finger up your ass regularly to get prostate checked?
40.
10 years.
That's the ring finger, though. That's the long one.
10 more years. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this was the LSL Set podcast. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.